Hi, it's Dr. Ariel Schwartz here, and I just wanted to share a little bit of what's on my mind today. I presented at a conference on Saturday that was on traumatic stress, but my particular presentation was on resilience and post-traumatic growth. And one of the areas that I tend to focus on in this work are, what are some of the behaviors that we can do that best support our resilience and our growth, whether that is post-trauma or as is the case right now, during, right, peri-traumatic growth. Like, how do we continue to grow and foster our resilience in the midst of a challenging time? And a lot of those tools and strategies are really the same. So, one of the questions that I asked the group is, what do you really believe fosters your resilience? Is it your beliefs and attitudes? Is it a felt sense that my actions will make a difference in the outcome of my world? Is it getting exercise? Is it taking time for inner reflection, whether that's therapy or journaling? Is it taking time for embodied self-awareness or spiritual reflection? Is it spending time with other people? Is it staying engaged in community events or taking actions that create meaningful change in the world? And the truth is, it's all of the above. And, that when we look at the factors of resilience, it's really about having a mindset, an internal belief and attitude that we can grow even in the midst of hard things. It's staying committed and staying involved and engaged in events rather than isolating. It's committing to your self-care physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, socially, every day as much as we can. And it's recognizing that rather than feeling passive or hopeless, like nothing we do is going to make a difference, it's actually recognizing that your actions do create meaningful change, especially when you are persistent and consistent. And that sometimes that meaningful change is personal, and sometimes that meaningful change is actually impacting the systems that are out of balance around us. But one of the things that really struck me is that when I asked our group of participants, it was about 170 people, how often do you actually participate in that list of things, right? Attending to or refining your beliefs and attitudes, enhancing a felt sense of self-efficacy or that your actions are going to make a difference, making time for exercise, taking time for reflection, engaging in mindful embodiment or attending to your spiritual life, nourishing your social connections, attending events that enhance your growth and learning, or taking actions to create meaningful change in the world. How often do we actually engage in these? And even though the majority of people endorsed all of those items as recognizing that they foster resilience, the majority of people also named that they are not doing these things. And that, to me, that discrepancy between what we know to be important and actually making the time to do it is the biggest barrier to our growth and resilience. So it's not like you're doing something wrong. It's not you're doing something bad when we're caught in that. It's a recognition that it is really challenging in our world. I think it really speaks to some of the imbalances and what gets reinforced and fostered and what doesn't, whether that's financial reinforcement or socially and culturally. So what I want to remind you today is that resilience is not something that people are just born with. It's actually a result of the behaviors, thoughts, the actions that we take on an everyday basis. And these are all things that we can learn. And they're all things that we can practice, and that it's through repeated practice that we will enhance our growth. So, it's one of the things that I love about being able to connect across all of these multiple channels, whether it's through social media or through YouTube, is that it's just these little reminders, and we all need them, myself included, those encouragements to get out and do the things that really help us feel most connected to ourselves. So whether that's walking and gazing at the sunset or getting on your yoga mat or going to therapy, which, we all need those places. And so I'm very open to share that I seek out those supports, and I hope that I can encourage you to do so as well. And I hope you have a wonderful day.